There we go. I think we're good. Yeah, okay, we're streaming.
Okay. So last time we went through the trials to find the plant goddess,
Yeah.
who was
Un-
sort of a mixed bag.
and was unfortunately not a Cthulhu entity.
No, it's just some regular ass anthropomorphic plant, as it is.
Yeah. And, yeah. And
Now
as
we
we're
have to go.
and as we're discussing, I'm in extreme shoulder pain, so that's why I am like so.
Yes. Oh, I gotta heal my party. What was my? Was it library?
What you looking
Yeah,
for?
quest.
Oh
That's
yeah.
I can't remember where to go. Oh, sorry. We gotta the honey factory's core. So they're willing to give us the core to their honey factory, which is an important thing for some reason, and only if we build them a new one. Okay, I don't know why we couldn't just build one. Maybe it's just a replacement in type and not in exact kind. Oh yeah, all these quests I took, but
God damn it.
haven't taken. Oh yeah, leaves request is just a thing that happens over time.
You want to go around and try to do some of the side quests?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, that way, we don't have to be constrained. Because usually we would do in one chapter a time, and this now we can do as many or as few side quests as the late hour and your shoulder will allow.
Yeah.
Sleep. Oh no, wait, hold on. There's a save crystal around here, isn't there?
Yeah, but I don't think it's yellow. Yeah.
No. Damn. All right.
I mean, it's pretty.
Sleep.
It's pretty cheap, anyways. So.
How do I do this? There we go.
How controls.
Yeah, I get so many fucking berries. Oh, it's 3 berries each. Yes, of course it is.
So.
Ooh.
So I run. So I run like D&D and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So occasionally, as part of being, a game master, right, I like to research things about, like, medieval history or whatever.
Sure.
Right. So here's the thing, right? So how there's annoying gun guys.
I mean, people who are really too into guns.
Yeah, right. They're both way into guns, too into guns, but they're also not really actually very knowledgeable about them.
Oh, okay.
Right, that kind of gun guy.
Uh-huh.
Right, who's like, oh, yes, I have very detailed opinions about what the military should use as its main assault rifle,
Yes.
while also knowing literally nothing about how a military works. Right, that kind of guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, so when you're researching, like, medieval stuff, right, there's that kind of guy, but for, like, swords.
Yes. The
Right.
kind of person who thinks that the multi-folded steel of the Japanese katana is somehow amazing,
Or,
when it's really just poor iron.
or they may know that, right, but they get, like, really hung up on irrelevant details that are like, well, that's neat, but that's actually not terribly important to the functionality of this thing.
Right.
Or they don't really understand that basically all these pre-modern weapons are fundamentally limited by how strong people are. Right?
Right.
A sword is only as good as right, there's an upper limit on how good you can make a sword because you're constrained by the human wielding it.
Right.
Alright, anyway. So, you have these annoying sword guys, right? And there's this... I guess it's somewhat past now, right? But, there was sort of this big discussion and this continued discussion about, if you... Like, on paper, right? If you compare bows to early firearms, right? Bows have, all these advantages, right? Higher rate of fire, they're cheaper, etc., etc. So why did people switch to the guns? Yeah.
They were too close for missiles.
Uh,
Yeah, that's from something.
yeah, but so right, and they go back and forth in these very circuitous debates about like logistics and rate of fire and blah 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 blah.
Right.
And the reality is right. So firstly, they tend to be restricted by their Eurocentrism, right? They only think about the adoption of guns in Europe and not about other cultures adopting, the process of other culture groups adopting firearms, like
China or Japan
or Native Americans.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, when Europeans showed up with guns and a French guy shot someone with an arquebus, the natives were like, you know what? We want that shit.
Right.
And within like a generation, basically everyone had guns. Right. Right. Even
they're easy to use. You don't need to be strong to use one.
Right. No. Right. The principal reason why people switch to guns, I will argue. Right. So it's one of these historical cases where it's a complex question with actually a very simple answer.
All right.
The reason why people switch to guns is because they kill shit good. Right. And that's basically it. Right? So if you look at emergency room statistics, right? Because they do like research on these sorts of things about how fatal different kinds of wounds are. Mm-hmm. Right? So let's say you were injured, you were attacked with a knife, right? In some criminal, right? This is generally regarding like injuries regarding some sort of criminal activity, either as a victim or whatever. Right? So say you were attacked with a knife and received some kind of wound, and the wound is random. What do you think your baseline probability of survival? What do you think the baseline fatality rate is?
I don't know. Anywhere in my body, random wound.
Right. So it includes. So significant. So it's significant enough to see a doctor about, but not necessarily. But includes glancing blows, right?
Yeah, right. I mean,
so
cut themselves all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fatality rate is about 3%.
That's pretty good.
If you ignore glancing blows, right? So that is when somebody is actually fully stabbed. The fatality rate increases to 7%.
All right.
Pretty
good.
People stabbed in the heart have a fatality rate of about 11%.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, if you
lied to me.
Yeah. So basically, if you're stabbed, pretty much anywhere, so long as you can get to a doctor, you have a very high likelihood of survival.
Excellent. Good to know.
So, right, and typically the major threat is, bleeding out on your way to the emergency room.
Right.
Point is, right, right, and these are mostly knives, so these are fairly short blades, right? But point is, right, if you're stabbed, stabbings have a very low rate of fatality, so long as you're able to receive any kind of medical treatment. So So in similar cases, right, so people who show up to the emergency room with gunshot wounds, including glancing blows, and most of these are going to be small caliber firearms, so like pistols and shit. Mm-hmm. What is the baseline fatality rate?
Couldn't tell you.
33%.
Wow.
Right.
You get shot in the arm, basically?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even, right, so basically if you get shot anywhere, right, you have about right, if a bullet connects with your body, there's about a 1 in 3 chance you're going to die. Even with medical assistance. Compared to literally getting stabbed in the chest with only 11% chance, right? And of course, once you ignore glancing blows, um, you know, the probability, skyrockets, a bit above 50%. And then, if you're shot in the heart, right, you're just done, right? Like there's,
But who's to blame?
yeah, and who's to blame? Um, right, right, so the fact is, right, so we can say from like a modern perspective, right, a gun is right, a pistol is about 10 times as deadly as a knife.
Sure.
Right? If a pistol wound is about 10 times as deadly as a knife, right? And I'm going to make an argument of proportionality, right? This is a very rough, right, but pretty decent rule of thumb for the proportionate deadliness of bows versus muskets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Bows wound, muskets kill you, right? And the fact is, right, like, imagine, right, if I were, like, some, modern, military industrial complex guy, right? And I went to the military. It's like, hey, here's an assault rifle that is 10 times as deadly as the one you already have. Right. How many downsides does that assault rifle have to have before it's not better, before it's not obviously the better choice?
Yeah, it has to be made of diamond.
Yeah.
Actually, diamond wouldn't be that bad. We can industrially produce diamond, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. It would have to be ridiculously expensive, deadly to the user, right? It would have to have all kinds of downsides for that raw killing power to be offset, right? And this is basically the case with early firearms, right? If you get shot with a bow, with an arrow, right, there's a good chance you'll survive. If you get shot with a musket, you're fucked. Right, it's a big 50 cal ball. Oh, that's, even if it hits you in the arm or whatever, it's just going to blow off your limb. Or if it doesn't blow off your limb, and if it doesn't blow off your limb, you're going to have to get it amputated or something.
This is having interesting implications for, I'm watching the new Gundam show, which is from Mercury.
Yeah.
And, the Gundam in that show, is a class of technology that is sort of cybernetically linked to the pilot, and just overloads them, and they die of basically like sensory overload, essentially.
Yeah.
And like so using a Gundam at like a regular level, just like with no like super cybernetic usage, is just like a regular. It's like a pretty good mobile suit as far as I can tell. But to like really be like amazing at it, you have to increasingly like level up your exposure to this information storm, this data storm as they call it, and you have a much more greater likelihood to kill you. And so now I'm thinking like, God, these Gundams must be amazing if they kill like 1 in 5 of their pilots.
Yeah. Right, so all of these other secondary characteristics of bows versus firearms are basically irrelevant, right? Because the raw killing power of muskets, or even just an arquebus, right, a matchlock rifle, right, is just so much better, right, that there's just no comparison, right?
And that's true. Like muskets, early firearms are not like as easy to use as modern guns are, right? I mean, okay, you don't need to be super strong, but you got to be, fairly accurate, and you got to be able to reload quickly, and they're weird. So if they are just strictly deadlier, it would still be worth imposing the learning curve.
Yeah. So. And also things like, oh, well, it's unreliable in the rain. It blows smoke everywhere, so it gives away your position. Right. Well, a number of these things actually just didn't matter for warfare at the time, right? Like concealment was generally not a huge concern once shit started, because most people did formation fighting. Logistics doesn't matter because, right, the armies live off the land they are in at any given time.
Right.
and so on and so forth, right? So really, right, so really the boring answer is the right one. It just kills people real good, right? And all the other stuff is mostly ancillary.
Is there a way to blow this up? I don't know.
You're probably gonna need a new ability, because
Yeah,
you
because
remember,
I can't.
because you remember how I forget their name. The B character got the boomerang that
V.
can, yeah,
Yeah,
V got the
or V or Vi, whatever.
boomerang that can now last eternally.
Yes. Actually, I did. I remember that she got it. I just didn't use it. Okay, it doesn't do anything.
You're obviously gonna get some sort of explodey power later.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's where I gotta get this dude's ball, and I want to know where it is. That was the tunnel, wasn't it? The tunnel down south,
Yeah, so
and all the enemies respawn. Fuck you.
you might want to just do the main story for a while, and there'll probably be like a point where like there's a natural give where it's like, hey, you should do a bunch of side quests, and at that point, much more of the world will be unlocked. But hey, you got some experience points.
What am I doing?
Yeah, so you run into that. Right, so you have these people in these sort of very circuitous debates about this, that, and the other, about the very nitty-gritty particulars about these, different historical weapons. It's just like none of that matters, right? It's just guns kill people good, and unfortunately that's the reality of it.
Yep.
Right, to such a point that, even, right, so manufacturing, an early firearm wasn't necessarily very simple, right? Because in order to manufacture the barrel, either you can do it by hand, in which case you basically create a long metal rod and then wrap that into a coil and then flatten that out into in the barrel with this big spiral forge weld. And if the weld is weak at any point in that big old spiral, then the gun's going to explode and kill the user.
Right.
Or you have to have sort of early manufacturing capabilities to be able to, create the barrel as a whole piece all at once, which isn't easy. And even Native American tribes, which lack the native capacity to manufacture these things, right, had to buy them through a monopoly at ridiculously marked up prices and so on.
And
right.
Still did it.
Yeah, they still did it because it's still worth it. Right. And again, right, this is a culture where, everybody knows how to use a bow. Literally everybody, right? So everybody has bows, everybody knows how to use them. And people would continue to know how to use them because they'd still use them for hunting and such. Because, exploding a squirrel with a 50 caliber musket ball isn't exactly a good use of resources.
Yeah, not for that expensive ass gun they just spent all that money on.
Yeah. So sometimes the boring answer is just the right one. It kills shit real good. I mean, there's also sort of as an extension of that, it's also the fact that muskets render most forms of armor useless.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's not... If you're interested in, like, the mechanics of firearms, it's not a very boring answer at all, but, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The simple answer. The straightforward answer.
Yeah. Right, because, right, it's actually pretty easy to manufacture armor that is highly resistant to even, very heavy war bows. For example, a simple wooden shield will block basically all arrows coming from a heavy war bow at short range.
Yep.
And, manufacturing, basic wooden armor or cloth or whatever that does the job pretty well is not that difficult. And I think the only reasons why people give so much consideration to bows is because of a certain cultural romanticism and the propaganda revolving around the Battle of Agincourt. right? Where, the Battle of Agincourt was basically the perfect scenario for bowmen to be useful.
Political selection is probably not actually work. I can use a strategy to wait. Oh, good. I have a thing for that.
Secret stash. Does that cure?
It does cure poison.
Yeah, okay. So, the so yeah, it's not that difficult to manufacture a.
Ooh, that does work. Nice.
It's not that difficult to manufacture armor that's very good against bows, but like manufacturing armor that's good against muskets, right, is very difficult, right? Basically, only very high quality steel that's fairly thick has even a chance of stopping a musket ball.
I mean, even to this day, like, bulletproof armor is, is not like amazing in the way like a shield might be.
Yeah, like right, and we've only gotten like decent body armor against firearms in the last 40 years. And even then, right, it's very much like you don't really want to. You really don't want to rely on this.
I mean, do you want to get punched in the chest so hard you bruise and break ribs?
Yeah.
That's the equivalent, and that's if you're lucky and you get shot in the right place.
As opposed to getting hit with an arrow while you're in a suit of plate mail, where it's like, oh well, that was a thing that happened.
Right. Plink.
Plink. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah. Unless you're really unlucky and it hits you in the eye, like in the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah.
And really, if you look at the development of the firearm, it's only real limit. Right, what really limited firearms for a while there was really its rate of fire. Once, right, because you still had a while there, right? There's this whole like pike and shot era where, military formations are sort of mixtures of arquebusiers and pikemen, until somebody figures out how to make a fucking bayonet. And then, you still have, cavalrymen, which still use, sabers and shit. But, as, the rate of fire for firearms improves, right, basically those other rules for non-firearms weapons disappears.
Fuck off. Fuck you. Thank God. Ooh. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm the best. Stupid 3D environment. Blocked. And reported. Oh, it's dead.
What a topical joke for the young generation.
It's a podcast. Hosted by Jesse Single and a woman whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. This way.
You sure you didn't want to go north there?
I'm gonna do this side quest real quick.
Alright. Alright.
I'm supposed to give this to a bug guy right up here. Are you the correct one? Okay. The reward. Ooh. Ooh. That was worth doing. Do I have any? I have 3, and this takes 1. Excellent. Are there any more quests to take? No, okay, I took them all.
I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video on that subject later to call everybody idiots. Overthinking the obvious. Guns shoot people real good, that's why.
Overthinking the obvious actually would be a good name for, like, a podcast or something.
Yeah, but I'd have to think of a lot of things to talk about.
I'm sure there's a lot more things that are just generally more oh, hello.
It's the Venus
More
person,
obvious.
right?
This is the one of the she like has roots everywhere.
Yeah.
Beat up stuff. Ooh.
It is funny how Venus flytraps only grow in, like, one swamp in South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they were more tropical than
No.
that.
There are other carnivorous plants that are more tropical than that, but...
Maybe I'm thinking of that weird, giant flower thing that smells like rotting meat.
Yeah, that one's tropical.
Yeah. Shh. Do I need healing? I could do with some healing. It's actually slightly cheaper than going to the inn. Although I think it doesn't renew my... Well, I haven't used any. Renew my, I don't know, SP, whatever it's called, the special points. I could have been doing that the whole time? Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I can do it now.
Want to save it there?
I guess I'll save.
So you've been doing space research on stuff?
I have. It's been... I mean, I could use the word edifying, I guess, but mostly it's just been disappointing.
Here, Elon Musk, here's more money for nothing.
I mean, okay. I mean, I don't want to make claims I can't back up, right? But it is disappointing. Let me put it that way. That there are people who were high up at NASA, and were apparently that way for some number of years. Who, SpaceX gets a big contract worth probably a lot of money, and then they go and work for that company, and I find that to be unethical, personally. I mean, even if there isn't anything illegal going on, or anything, you know, shady, I just find, like, just doing that to be unethical. Okay. Northwest to the base of the big tree. I like it. What do they say? Dash through? Does that mean I can, like, hit all the ground enemies? Yeah! No. You. No. You. What? No, I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the animation's a little weird in this.
You want to do your
So-
basic attack on
Basic attack. Yeah. You know what? He'll heal in a minute. Apparently, poison does not persist beyond battle. North. Can I go northwest from? I want to fight things. Oh. Okay. Okay, that goes in a circle. Whoa. Sand shovel. Or something.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you're the... yeah. Alright, that's clearly a clue. I don't know where I'm going. It'll probably be the only path I can take with my power set at the time.
You know
Which
what they
makes sense.
you know what they say about not knowing where you're going?
What?
I don't know. I'm lost as fuck, dude.
Well, I know what they say about not knowing where you want to go. Which is, if you don't know where you want to go, well, you know, there you are. Why does it matter where you are? Effectively. I don't think I've heard of Stratos and Delilah. Fair. Cool, that was informative. Okay, so there's a pop can. I wonder if that's how I bash things open. Did I go here?
Hey, try,
Nope.
oh.
Not what I meant to do. I wanted to... There we go. Cool. Now I'm here. Okie doke. That sure was the thing. Just wandering around the desert lost. No.
I really wish my life wasn't written by J.J. Abrams.
Oh. Lost.
Or directed by, rather.
What, interesting at the beginning, but ultimately unfulfilling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing where things are happening here.
You picking up what they putting down?
A little bit. No. Nope. Can I go here? Oh, maybe I could have just hit it and not had to, like, run into it. Alright. Yep. Crank up. I don't remember what I did last time.
Everything's great at your Jonas. Sorry. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it. What's going on?
I've leveled up.
Do health.
Yeah, I need more health. Ooh, a succulent berry. I never use the hard seeds.
You should use them more.
Throw them at enemies, I guess so. They're good if, like, Vi is down or whatever. Okay, okay. Clunk.
Clonk-a-dooter. Yeah, just hit him.
Oh, I can't do it. Interesting. Whatever. I'll need it in a minute anyway. Okay. There we go. Block. Yeah, fuck off. come on. Thank God. It just immediately falls off. Hold on, is it possible for me to get over there at all? No, I have to come in from the other side. Okay. Alrighty, you look like an enemy. Okay, let me see if I can fill it up this time. Yes!
Remember your God of War skills.
God, it's been a long time since I played that game. I only ever played the first one. And I didn't even finish it.
I love God of War games. God of War, Gears of War,
Yeah.
Gavin of War.
Gavin of War. Boost an ally's defense. I don't really need that.
Gears of Halo Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. It's every game of 2013.
Yeah. What did you think of my my dream of a Yick sequel?
Terrifying in every respect.
To be clear to the audience, I had a dream where there was a sequel made for Yick, and it was revealed that Alex Eggleston was actually quadruplet, and he had 3 other identical brothers. And in the game, your party consisted entirely of 4 different Alexes with different colored flannel shirts, all fucking monologuing over each other.
Just at the same time, different monologues.
Yeah, they don't intersect at any point, right? They're not, like, in dialogue with each other, right? They're just each individually monologuing, their immediate obvious surroundings, like in the game.
God, there's so much of that game. We spent like 30 hours in that game, and I just don't remember so much of it. Bandits!
Banditos.
They are very tiny. Well, I guess we're famous. Okay.
Kick their ass.
Hell.
You probably want to go all out with the special abilities.
Oh yeah. Oh, it did restore my the plant does restore my special.
Hey, use V actually in his little magic attack that hits all of them, and see if that'll drop the one in the middle.
Oh, you mean leaf?
Yeah, sorry, Leaf.
Yeah.
And skills.
Yeah, that's this one. That does good.
And then run
And now
through.
we're gonna do yeah. All right, here we go. Controller on the desk. Nice. Ugh, way too early. Oh shit. damn it. Ooh, good. Oh, I'm out of heavy. Okay, that's fine.
Just kick his ass.
I can't do that, so let us. Yay! Ah, bullshit. Okay, so I just can't hit any of them. It's okay.
You could use those nuts. You could throw
That's
your
right.
nuts.
I could use the hard nuts. I still have a couple of them. Actually, you know what? I will do that with leaf here. Hard seed. Fuck. Can't run through them, but at least they're both on the ground. Fuck. I don't think I have anything for this, actually.
Yeah, then you can attack.
Thank God.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a Nick in a cage.
You know his name is Nicholas Coppola. It's a nephew of Francis Ford Coppola, I think.
Yeah.
I love Nick Cage. I don't care what anybody says. Hell yeah. Whatever. Ooh. Cool. Is there a save thing here? Yeah, that's it.
You might want to use some. Might want to backtrack to some place with a save
Yeah.
point or.
I don't really feel like doing that fucking fight again. Alright. Oh, here's one.
Yeah. There you
There's
go.
one around here.
There you go.
Fuck you. Head west. Should have a badge that prevents people from getting poisoned.
You
Should give
d-
it to Kabu.
yeah, you should probably do that.
Ah, press the wrong button. Kabu's just fucking dead. No, he's good. There he is. He has 1 HP. The texture's fucking freaked out.
I'll use your boomerang there.
Oh yeah, there's the thing.
Now you're thinking.
Boomerangs, no. Nope. So that doesn't do that, I guess. Hmm. In? Where's the in?
It's on the opposite side of town from the out.
Oh, what's that? Blacksmith. Store. Renovation. Look like a cool guy.
American Airlines announces pay raises for pilots and flight attendants, and investors balk. Quote, "This is frustrating. Labor is being paid first again. Shareholders get leftovers."
Hey, you know what, shareholders? I hope you lose all of your money and you remain destitute forever, and
Yeah.
your family hates you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the risk you take, right? That's your risk for taking, and I hope the government never bails you out, and you feel bad about yourself, and that you have an empty space in your heart where purpose should be, and just generally bad feelings. Bad feelings to you, oh shareholders.
Also I hate that whether or not child labor laws are a good idea suddenly become a politicized subject again.
Yeah, this system hasn't changed in 100 years, so why would any of its most horrible excesses have changed?
Just like, yeah, let's send, kids yearn for the factories.
Well, I mean, yeah, it turns out there's an island where rich people and the powerful went to rape people's daughters. That was great. I'm glad we learned about that because I don't have nightmares ever.
And literally
And
nothing,
also,
and literally nothing ever came of that.
literally nothing has come of that at all. And that definitely doesn't leave me with a feeling of great, like, whatever the opposite of closure is, you know. And also, we're putting children to work again, and wages are down, and opiate addiction is up. So it's what, 1885? Is that where we are?
Something like that.
Good. 150 years, nothing's changed. Awesome. I'm just gonna do. Here we are. Were we talking about her issues? I really didn't notice. God, how does that mechanism work? What, is she the princess or something? Yeah, what does she have to be sorry about? I mean, I guess you could say it depends what the mean things are that she said, but you know. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do.
Congratulations, you now have the going down cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess that's like a twist. I don't understand how this mechanism works, but that's fine. It's bug tech. What? They have electronics? Wow. The implications of this universe just got very weird. I must know.
According to the readings, you are dead.
Yeah.
That's always the interesting doctor's visit. Yeah, so you're dead. Yeah, not sure what I can do about that one. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? You know I'm dead. You're dead. I'm not sure what's unclear about that, but like, I'm clearly not. Well, the test says you're dead, so you're dead.
Therefore, you're dead. Okay. Is that itself a common thing? Linking a body to a crit? Okay.
There's something deep inside of me. I realize.
Ooh, shield power. Don't really want to be vivisected, thanks. I'm a bit fucking busy at work. Cool. So the bees have crystal electronic technology. That's neat. Oh. Hi, I'm Eddie, your ship computer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Explore inner hideousness. That's great. Right. Yeah, fuck off. Kick your ass again, see if I won't. Okay. It's just a cardboard cutout. That's fine. What's this? Kick your ass again, you stuck-up pretentious piece of crap.
I'm into that. Seriously. I'm gonna rob ya, you hear? I'm gonna commit crimes and burglarize ya.
Gonna take your shit without asking for it.
I'm decidedly not going to return it.
No, I'm gonna borrow it forever. Did I talk to this person already? Cool. No try, at least. Got so much dialogue.
What is this? A Persona game?
Yeah. Oh, it's a sandbox. Of course it is. Oh, yeah, all right. We're just in someone's backyard, huh?
It's about the sum of it.
Cool. Ominous. You're definitely cooler than the Ant Queen.
You know, when I tell peasants to get back to their turnips, people get angry. When Confucius makes a, you know, weird statement about it that's all poetic and shit, you know, suddenly he's a wise guy.
Poetry is important. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. I mean, I guess in a way, aren't all the constituent parts of a hive the children of the queen? Isn't that
Yes.
how it works?
Yes.
So,
Basically all of the members of a hive are children of the queen, and the great majority of the tribe of the hive consists of non-fertile females who are all sisters of one another.
that makes sense. Dr. H.B. Okay. To the west, to the west, to the west, to the west.
Thanks for your amazing offer, Queen. I'm just going home.
Whoa. I missed some things. What? Spend a little not to have to go all the way back, huh? I clearly missed something. I think that's a prepare for the boss fight kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buy some badges and some cool consumables and maybe some not so cool consumables. And there's the whole town there. But
Some bee weed. The shopping shit's back here.
some bee ear. Right?
Beer, yeah. Alright. Oh, hold on, let me talk to this guy.
I'll take my award for comedy genius.
Who sells defense, don't care. Yes, cat, hello. Oh, actually, I want to, I want that berry. Oh, so I can always select multiple. Alright, I wasn't paying attention. Huh, let's say... Spicy berries do boost attack. No cat, no, it's not food time. Coochie leaf. Stores 3. Heals status effects. Restores 6 TP. Okay, extra turn next turn.
That's pretty good, actually.
That is pretty good. I'll buy a 1. And, buy like...
Probably something for status effects and
yeah.
TP.
Yeah. What was this one do?
Restores
6 TP. I don't know what numbing is. I don't know if I'd like that. This is both HP and TP.
Yeah, there's that whole baking the whole cookie making.
Oh, yeah.
I keep forgetting about.
No, cat. No. No, you're very cute. I'm not going to acquiesce to your ridiculous demands. Okay. Hey, it's bee drugs. No. No. No, go over there. Alright, hold on. I gotta deal with this bullshit. Come here, cat. Come here, yes. Yes, you're a very cute cat. Yes, you are. Yes. Some things are more important than streaming on YouTube, yes. And your hug. Now leave me be. No. It's okay. Oop. Alright, no badges, I guess. Unless they're over here somewhere? What is this? Who are you? Bed bug rental system. Oh! A portable tent. Alright. Morty. Okay. Berry juice. Oh. Alright, I guess I'll store that succulent berry and come back. And it's gone. Of course
Yep.
it is. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Take literally every quest. Figure I'll probably fulfill one or two of them by accident. Alright, I guess there's no... Or I don't know where they are. The badges. For you. Cool. It's nice of you, I guess. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. You are asleep. Power nap is a form of sleeping. Ah.
I wasn't eating, I was simply masticating food and then swallowing.
But yeah, of course I want to activate the fucking fast travel system. I actually don't want to see the palace. What I want to do... Oh, there's a save crystal back at the hive. What's here? Ah, badges. Oh, these are not badges. These are... Taboo... Damage... Oh, this is a badge, okay. Ooh.
That seems good.
That does seem good. Neat. Alright, I have 2, and this takes 3. Poison resistance.
Be sure you actually equip it to Kabu.
Yeah. HP plus. Personalize HP by 2. Yeah. No, it just already is.
I think you need to specifically... Okay, there we go.
I guess so. I mean, the little thing isn't showing up, but like... Oh yeah, see, there you go. We'll put him in front. And that's it. All right. It's here. Oh, the overworld. Cool. In the honey factory.
Only true bronies get that.
Yeah, somewhere I just triggered somebody's fight or flight reflex. Says you. Oh, good.
In the Rainbow Factory, where your fears and horrors come true.
Yes.
In the Rainbow Factory, where not a single soul gets through. In the Rainbow Factory.
Yeah, fucking love that song. I'm gonna listen to that song later.
It came out in 2011.
Yeah, that was the heyday.
More like the Nay Day.
I only ended up watching about half that show.
Yeah, after. The first 3 seasons are pretty good, and then it gets pretty mediocre for the most part. Except for like episode 100, which should really just be the end of the entire series.
Really fantastic episode. I think about it every now and then.
Yeah, great. But then it just went on for a while more.
Yeah.
You know what they say in Hollywood, only the last sequel loses money.
A week. Okay. Factory gift shop. Shockberry. Alright, I'm good. Cool. Oh, okay. Did you know, honey or bees don't actually make hexagon shapes? That's just what happens. That's just what it looks like when you smush a bunch of cylinders together.
Yeah, they try to make cylinders, and then it just sort of incidentally, right, through the... It sort of incidentally, through happenstance, a word I hate, forms into very nice hexagons.
You don't like the word happenstance?
No, I don't.
How do you describe something that just sort of happens coincidentally?
Coincidental?
I guess. Through coincidence, then.
Through coincidence, through circumstance.
What's wrong with the word happenstance?
Look,
Happening?
I'm in far too much pain to learn you one, okay?
Alright, that's fair, I guess. Alright, there's gotta be some trick to this. Overseers in the storage.
Can you just go up through there?
No, because that door is locked. Only the overseer can open that door.
Oh.
Need to get the overseer. Can I jump on that? No. Oh, hello.
Use the boomerang.
Yeah. Oh wait, I can do it here. Yay!
Puzzle solved! And then you put it in the thing up there, right?
Yeah.
And that unlocks the dungeon.
I'm definitely gonna have to rescue these two. Boop, 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 boop.
Remember, that's a switch you can hit.
For a minute. Kitty cat. Oh. Numbed. Pfft. Okay. Ugh.
So thinking of the Epstein thing, right?
Do I have to?
There's this. So you know who Noam Chomsky is, right?
I do.
There's this really weird connection between Epstein and Noam Chomsky, right?
I mean, you can draw a connection between 82 people if you look hard enough, but yeah.
Right. No. Right. So basically, like, some reporter like looked up like Epstein's like meeting book and saw like Noam Chomsky. He apparently went to a meeting with Noam Chomsky, and so he asked went to like an interview with Noam Chomsky. And it's like, hey, what's the deal with this? As you had a meeting with Epstein. What was up with that? And Noam Chomsky, right? Right. So like the obvious, right? So like the obvious answer, right, is I mean, lots of people. Epstein was just some guy. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, I personally had literally never heard of him until this whole thing happened.
Yes. And I met him. Whatever. Like, I mean, it's like a lot of the easy like celebrity excuse of like, I was at a party with you're at a party with Epstein. It's like, yeah, I go to tons of parties. I have no idea who the fuck organizes these things even. Right, but like instead of that, right, Chomsky gives like this really weird, like cagey response, where it's like, "Well, it's none of your business what we discuss," and it's like, okay,
Super suspicious.
and they found that actually, one of Epstein's accounts sent like over $200,000 to Chomsky. And Chomsky's like, well, he's doing me a favor and consolidating a bunch of assets for me and whatnot. So it was really my own money. And it's like, I really have money.
And you can just get to a CPA or somebody to do that. You don't need.
There's literally no reason to do it outside of like money laundering or something, right? So simple questions get like these like really weird cagey answers that just bring up more questions. And it's like, what the fuck is even going on here?
Hooray, rank up. I want more medal points.
So I don't know.
That looks interesting. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, then flip the switch at least. Still don't know what that does. Alrighty. Oh. Whatever. Still ahead. Yeah. Maybe I actually have to.
Yeah, so I think what you have to do is you have to throw the boomerang and hold it up, and then time your jumps away across, and you're not gonna
Oh,
use.
I get you. There we are. Well, those are those are sentry turrets.
Yes. Turrets.
Turret.
Not to be confused with the Turon, which is the favorite food of Ina from Ina. Or Enna. I'm not sure how the hell you pronounce it, honestly.
It's fucking ability mouse things are annoying. Yeah. Fucking oh, whatever. Yeah, let's heal. Was it a... No. Talk to it.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure if I can actually continue.
Okay.
Dude.
This is a good place to stop then.
I'm doing real bad.
Where do I... There it is. Well, we'll see if we can do something another time then.
Yeah. Well, sorry for having to cut things early.
Well, that's alright. We got something done.
Well, any parting words for the streaming audience about what we learned this episode of Bug Fables?
Bad feelings to shareholders.
Also,
If you are a shareholder and you care more about your fucking being a little bit richer than you currently are over the well-being of the employees who make the goddamn world work, you should feel bad. And I hope you lose all of your wealth and are poor, so you know how it feels.
yeah, that's good. All right.
It's good. Yes, it is good.